Check, 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 a check, a check, a check, a check, 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 a check, a check, a check, a check, 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 check it. Why I always itch when I get in front of the camera? Uh, Kombucha. It does the body good. Check, 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 check. Just waiting for people to to get in. Oh, my teeth. Of course, after all of that adjusting and readjusting, let's do it. Okay, how do I do this? Hello, somebody. Hello, hello, people. Welcome to my live stream. My fundraiser. If you leave, then I don't start the stream. Good morning, John Beasties? Beasties. Beastie Boys. I don't have a fancy setup like there's other people. I was going to do a live stream on aliens, but this Nike story broke out, so I'm going to do this the Nike, Adidas, or what was it? Nike story. Nike, Colin Kaepernick. Everybody says Kaepernick, but it's Kae. I would think Kae would suggest Kaepernick, right? What she want to say? Copernicus, or something like that. I'm just waiting because when this actually goes to YouTube will cut off like 5 minutes, 5 minutes from the beginning. It's horrible. So go ahead, tell me some jokes while I wait for the thing to. This is why people use when you click on somebody's live stream. It's always like 5 minutes before they start because YouTube does that. How's everybody? Let's get the greetings out of the way before we start. I'm looking, except for this is not a good angle. That's a good angle. Got that jawline going. How's everybody? Hello. Y'all should see how buff I look in this hoodie. This is my favorite hoodie now. Makes me look buff. I shaved completely. I did a terrible job. I couldn't use the mirror because this is my bathroom. So all of this equipment is standing in between me and the sink. So I should look into the camera, right? Although the camera is all the way over here. Is that's terrible. Terrible. Anyway, only one person said good morning. John, you're my only fan. Okay, we're coming up to the beginning here. Let's I'll go directly at 5 minutes. Kombucha, organic. I tried to a hydroponic farm to raise food, tomatoes, lettuce, blah blah blah, and the FDA told me I couldn't put organic on it because in hydroponic you use synthetic fertilizer. So anything synthetic you can't do. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I need to clean my ears. 1. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show. We're doing a live stream today, so it's the Shakaama live stream show with your host, Shakaama. Shakaama. I can't say my own name. Shakaama. So today we had a bit of news. Everybody's been talking about Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick. I'm drinking. What am I drinking? What is this? Green something. Cucumber. It smells. It smells so bad. Cucumber, celery, grapefruit, green chard, green leaf lettuce, and a touch of lemon, kale, chardcore, spinach, parsley, mint tea, green mint tea, okay, or green tea, mint, whatever. You can see it's very green. It smells like nobody's business. Oh, what the? Oh, I know this is one of those things I'm going to drink because it's good for you. Oh. My smoothies that I make are fantastic. First of all, you're going to feel full after 2 cups of it. You'll be like, oh, that's it. We're done for the day. But it tastes fantastic. Anyway, so for the past couple of days, Nike came out with an announcement. Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of history here. Nike had already been paying Colin Kaepernick. Nike had already employed or hired or contracted Colin Kaepernick to represent them. And this announcement then was for the official the 30th anniversary of something. Because, although I look like a football player, I don't follow football. I don't watch ESPN. I don't watch Monday Night Football. I don't do nothing. In fact, the past 2 years I've watched hockey more than I've watched anything. I hope this cure all of what ails me. The official announcement, though, was to make him the official face of the celebration of the 30th anniversary, right? Why are you people so quiet? Nike is stirring up division. This guy isn't even a current professional athlete. That is absolutely correct. He is not. And but Nike didn't respond to what happened today. So we're gonna get at what happened today in a second. Please stay. People are such short attention span. Get with it, Shakaama. How dare you lead this down to 10 minutes? PewDiePie isn't a millionaire because he listened to his fans and said only made 3-minute videos. Okay. What you all don't see is that on the back end of that, 5-minute videos make you like 10 cents. I'm being totally serious. Advertisement and all, 10 cents. Okay, so Nike had already been in contract with Kaepernick. This announcement the other day was simply to announce him as the face of the. Please like the video, thank you. The face of the Nike 30th celebration. Today's news. At the 9-minute mark, here we go. Today's news. Nike stocks ended 3% down. Now, for those of you who think 3% is not a lot, and there's all of the people defending it and say 3% is nothing. You don't know anything about stocks. Well, I believe they shut down the stock exchange if it falls somewhere between 6% and 8%. If they see a steady decline across all boards, they shut down the New York Stock Exchange. 6 to 8%. So 3% is nothing to snub your nose at. So today was the final market saying no. it actually fell more than 3%, but they have to average out the highs and the lows and so forth and so on. So the people have spoken. Now let's get into some of the watchers, and by watchers I mean people who keep track of brand names, what the impact of. So this is something that regular people can look at, but for regular people, it's not going to really impact you that much, or you're not going to be able to use the information. The people are going to be able to use the information are the investors, right? Because the investors need real data, right? They need real data, real news, and none of this CNN stuff. Uh, and a lot of the financial news is getting to the point where it's all about, yay, it's a bull market. Yay, it's a bull market. Yeah, yeah, stocks are going up. Yay, stocks are going up. Well, I'm here to tell you, I called this the other day, short Nike stock. I didn't say it though, because I'm not a financial advisor. And why say something like that when all I would do is open myself up to lawsuit? Please like the live stream. Thank you. So, uh, brandwatch.org. I apologize if I got you wrong. Maybe it's the .com. I don't know. I believe it's brandwatch.org. Had been tracking Nike for probably years, and they said leading up to the announcement, positive media, positive blogs, positive news reports, positive were at 90% leading up to the announcement. They said at the announcement that positivity dropped to 50%, and the day after the announcement, 60% of all media concerning the Nike brand was at a negative. So 60% of blogs and media and everything else was a negative. Now, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon and say, yay, Kaepernick, yay, Kaepernick. Well, I have been following him for whatever reason. I don't know. Before any of this started. I think right when he first started doing the whole, I'm going to take a knee and all this. No, before that. I followed him before that. I don't know why. But I also followed my hero, Beast Mode. Seahawks, of course, when I get on camera. Good morning, Lola Hickman. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Make sure you click the thumbs up, because I'm about to blow your mind. So, what is it? Marshawn Lynch. I followed him before. I followed him way before the Super Bowl that he was in. I followed him before because I did a story on him that's saying that he had just contracted out although he was like MVP like 5 games. I looked at his contract and he was not making that much money to be saying he's making all the moves. He's a playmaker, right? And this stuff is gonna make me burp. Uber Greens. So I'm glad I have the back part of it. So I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is supposed to be a fundraiser, so you're supposed to be giving me funds various ways that you can look in the info box about how to donate $1 or $2. So I followed Marshawn Lynch. Then I caught on to Kaepernick, and I started following him. Then he jumped on this. He's associating himself with BLM, which then I wrote him. I said, hey, be careful about that, because I don't think you understand about that group. I don't think people in the group understand about that group, because there's a huge portion of it that is paid for. and there's the other people who think that they actually have a cause and have a. So it started from Ferguson. One of the women in Ferguson started BLM, right? Of course, to her, she thinks she knows what BLM is. However, there's people who have attached themselves to that movement, and the explosion in numbers, the explosion in demonstrations are all paid for. And probably she even doesn't even know what's going on. Or maybe she does. I don't know. I have no way of knowing. But I wrote to Kaepernick, be very careful about that group. I don't think you understand that movement. It's a very large portion that is paid for, and 75% of that group is white. Now, I'm not against anybody, but I'm saying if you have a movement that supposedly is talking about one small targeted group, black people, and it's has a whole bunch of white people in it, then you start to, you might take a look and say, what's going on there? What is that about? Kaepernick is in on it. Am I a night owl? I'm a YouTuber. Of course I'm a night owl. You have no idea, and you have no idea how much I don't get sleep because people come knock on my door, even this in this time of my grief and mourning the loss of my poor. And I'm doing this fundraiser because I'm out of all of his rent and stuff, and oof, that really hit me. I don't know what I'm going to do. If the lights go out while I'm doing this live stream, I'm going to make it as long as I possibly can. Make sure you click the like button. You think Kaepernick is in on it? You think he knows about it? He might. I mean, since he is, he's a one of the elite, so he might actually know. Hello, Ancient Melanin. How you doing? Remember Magic Johnson? Yes, I remember Magic Johnson. Um, well, 70% of the group is white. In fact, when I was trying to do a report on the group, the only images I saw were of white people demonstrating. And then I got the news that they were funded by George Soros. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you probably never heard of before. I'm neither for nor against George Soros, and I bet you, after I tell you this, you might be in the same mind that I am. And being in the middle sometimes, not sometimes, being in the middle is a decision just as being on this side of it, the black or white. Let's say blue. No, you can't use blue or red. What's yellow or green? We're just not trying the yellow and green. So instead you're in the middle with a completely gray neutral color. And the neutral color and being neutral on the topic is a decision just like anything else. Now, let's go over George Soros. Who is George Soros? Well, he is a multi billionaire, right? He has a lot of money, and he has so much money that he can by himself do what the United States government does. So this one guy has so much money he can do stuff like destabilize entire markets. And his biggest claim to fame to up till this date was he went to the Bank of England and he pulled a pump and dump on them, which means that he promoted something, they heavily invested in it, then he dumped it. And he came up with some information that the whatever fell, and then he dumped his stock at the peak right before he made the announcement or whatever was found out, right? And it literally destroyed the Bank of England for years. I think they're still actually on the books recovering. Sometimes you might have a creditor that just says, "Oh, take your time," and you might pay $10 extra. That happens. That some creditors are like that. Especially if you're a businesses know how the struggles of business. So sometimes they will go for 50 years and collect only a little bit extra because that in the long scheme of things, that little bit of extra pads their profits because they're not doing anything for that extra. It's just pads their profits. So he basically destroyed the Bank of England. They're still recovering, uh, and he systematically goes around funding stuff like that. He'll pay money, and it destroys. Did I see the second movie by Tommy Laird? No, I didn't see anything where she compared Black Lives Matter to the Black Panther Party. It was broadcast a couple of years ago. Yeah, George Soros can buy anything. So George Soros did the Wall Street, Wall Street. What was it called? Wall Street sit-in. What was it called? No Wall Street. What was it? What was that thing called? Black Wall Street? I don't know. No. What was it called? The Wall Street sit-in. The Wall Street where all the hippies went to New York and sat around and Occupy Wall Street. Thank you, nuclear armament. These people with their names. I can't. I just can't. Right? Is that the? There we go. All right, you did it. Yeah. I'll take that out the shot. Yeah, Occupy Wall Street. He funded that, and literally it was. I actually saw the notification. And they were saying, we'll pay $15, something like 15 to $20. And they even said it here in Las Vegas. I said, come do the demonstration down here, downtown in Las Vegas. And I was like, I could use a couple of $1,000. I mean, they don't care. But I believe the thing in what was the latest demonstration? Oh, the latest demonstration. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube. The latest demonstration with the black people, the black cover, not the black people covering their face in black, and you know who I'm talking about? Yeah, I saw the notification for that too. And here's the deal: they have a really big range of payment. So they go from $15 an hour all the way up to 30 something. Now, you might ask yourself, what is this beautiful life? No, you might ask yourself, what determines somebody making 15 or 30? Or I think it was even something like 60. I mean, that's a really big difference, right? 15 versus 30. 15 an hour versus 60 an hour. And you would ask yourself, what exactly you got to do to make that 60 an hour? I'm not going to speculate here on YouTube, but I think you know what they have to do to make that 60 an hour. You live in Las Vegas. Is it worth living in? If make sure you got an air conditioner. make sure your house is very well insulated. So he funded that. Russia has him on their wanted list. He is arrest on sight. He can't fly in. He can't do anything. They don't play that. He can destabilize governments. If you Russia has a gross national product, or no, gross domestic product of $1 trillion. There are people in this world who own $1 trillion. So, which then say, well, if they're that poor, yeah, they're that small, they're that poor, that means that they're not a threat to anybody. This is my what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson uh, expression. I never said they were a threat. Somebody else said they were a threat, right? Make sure you push the like button, thumbs up. Get me on the front page. Come on, people. Okay, so back to Mr. Kaepernick and Nike. So Nike stock fell today, down 3.16% or something like that. Uh, for those people who don't understand, that's actually big, and that's just today. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Uh, if this keeps up, okay, and let's continue on with that report. When they asked, here's something that happened. So Nike was going to announce that Kaepernick was going to be the face of their 30th anniversary. Uh, Somebody sent a message to the NFL saying, "Hey, this is coming down the pipeline." So this was before they announced, right? And the NFL said, "Well, that's that's bad news. That's that's terrible news. Uh, don't know what we can do. Let's call Nike." Nike officially is not making statements now. Then they said, uh, no, they made their official statement was, "Oh, he's just one of many people in the celebration. There's hundreds of athletes in our 30th anniversary celebration, including Serena Williams." Okay. Is Serena Williams the face of the 30th anniversary? Well, no, but I mean, there's hundreds of athletes in it. He's not currently an athlete. Then, so when the actual press, these are independent people, not people like CNN. When the independent press went to Nike and said, "Do you expect backlash from naming Colin Kaepernick as the face of your 30th anniversary?" They would not respond. They refused to say anything about that. And still, they have not actually answered to any questions about, what do you think about this backlash? Do you think this is well deserved? Did you think this thing through? What's the deal? No, nothing. Nada. People are also saying, "Oh, Nike isn't just Nike. It's a whole huge conglomerate of apparel and even home stuff and sports equipment and the whole and this, that, and the other." And they are also a part of I don't know what, K-Swiss, Adidas. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. Uh, can I get some thumbs up, please? It's free. So their stock fell 3.16% today, and people are expecting that this is just the beginning. Um, anyway, I wrote Colin Kaepernick, or I tweeted to him. I said, "Be very careful about this. You don't know who's funding this. I don't think you understand who is a part of this and this." And I said, "This is what's going on." And I said, "I, I expect you, brother," although he doesn't look like a brother. I respect you, brother, but I think you need to. I know that you're surrounded by people who know football, right? More than likely, or most often, the people that those people are surrounded by are about football. They know about football. He might have a lawyer that knows about football contracts. He might have an investment person who tells him where to invest his football money into. He might have some charity person who tells him, "Hey, donate to these charities to uh, get your tax write-offs for the year." They know about football in the world of football. They don't know the world of politics. I don't believe, I don't, there's outside of their expertise. Why do I say this? Because I've been into acting for a long time, and they said this is what you do. This is how you. You're not Shakaama. You are Shakaama Incorporated. You set up your corporation and blah 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 blah. They never talked about anything else. Nothing. They didn't talk about sports. They didn't talk about politics. They didn't talk about anything else other than uh, you're in acting. Okay, here's what you do with the money to acting. This is how you set up the money to acting. This is where you get acting classes. This is do the acting auditions. Blah blah blah. Right? And I believe the same thing is true of a lot of those types of deals. Uh, Oprah might, because Oprah interviews politicians. So Oprah is going to have producers and staff members that are going to say, "Okay, Oprah, this is what's up with this politician," right? So she would be in a better position to know about this stuff than Colin Kaepernick. Uh, they just announced the youngest quarterback ever in the history of NFL. I think he's like 20, something like that. And I believe the whole thing was he's a starting quarterback. Okay, anyway, continue on with the report. Are y'all anybody asking any question? 4 trillion. Uh well, I don't know what report you're looking at, Mr. Armament, but I think the difference is that there might be the what do you call it? The accounting for it of maybe they control 4 trillion, but they were saying that the actual GDP is 1 trillion, and they just said this. They just said this on the news. On the news, talking specifically about this from people like John Stossel, who does nothing but consumer stuff, nothing but government stuff. Uh, Also, some of the other sources you may or may not agree with. Although I believe they're at this point the only ones who are not actually biased, and that is Fox News. Why do I say Fox News is not biased? Because Fox News is owned by people who want to turn Fox News into CNN. So a lot of their stuff is actually neutral. It's not, and I think they're getting rid of the talking head people, all of the people, like Sean Hannity and all. I think they're trying to get rid of those people. This is the behind the scenes stuff that the public doesn't know, because I was a reporter, so I'm in on the behind the scenes stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Is Fox News owned by Disney? Are they? I know the owner has really sort of taken a back seat, and his sons were taking over, and his sons are super duper tea drinking liberals. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Vern? And they want to turn Fox into a couple of months ago. Oh, so my data is purchasing power parity. Just the figures. Bilateral market exchange rate between Russia and local currencies. The ruble and the dollar are very biased and skewed. Okay, so it might be that well, I'm just doing strict GDP. Anyway, they were saying that their GDP was 1 trillion, and that it doesn't even make sense to even be remotely afraid of our unfunded liabilities, that is Medicare, Medicaid, stuff like that, right, are $30 trillion. What's the whatchamacallit clock? The liability? What is it called? The oh my God! Come on, green stuff. You're supposed to make me smarter. The debt clock, right? The debt clock, is it at 17 trillion? What is it at? Do y'all know? Anybody bring up a debt clock and see? So it's Disney News. So yeah, they're very neutral. They're really moving away, probably to their own demise, because if uh, if conservative people don't have a news source, they're gonna look elsewhere until they find one, and that's just gonna open up the market to brand new sources of news. And you can keep attacking and attacking all you want to, but sooner or later somebody has to cater to conservative people. And the last data showed that something like 54% of the population of the United States of America have now considered, or I think it's 60, have now considered themselves conservative. So this whole the United States is liberal is a lie. I'm sorry for saying it like that. Is fake news. How about that? Anybody who says we're all liberal, no, not. Let me give you how bad inflation in Russia was in 19 that it was 460 billion rubles. It took $3.4 to equal a Soviet ruble back then. Really? Today it takes 17 rubles equal one. Oh, holy mother of! So what did they? What happened? What did they do? What happened? And I'm drinking kombucha, because really I'm one of those Trader Joe's. What's the other place? Wild Oats. Is it Wild Oats? You know the U.S. government sued. Is it Wild Oats? Is that what they're called? I think it's Wild Oats. Sued them for monopoly. Whole Foods sued Whole Foods for monopoly. And Whole Foods was like, "How are we a monopoly?" And they said, "You are a monopoly on organic domestic produce or something like whatever." Right? And they were like, "Walmart has has organic domestic produce. So does Wild Oats. So does Sunflower. So does Trader Joe's." I'm not going to drink the worm or whatever you call that stuff. Oh, I got a little. It's like drinking coffee grounds. So the government went ahead with it. Um, the Let's talk about the new nominee for Supreme Court justice. So of course, because the current president of the United States nominated him, the left is against him. Then when people started taking a look at that guy, and they said, "Wait a minute, this guy isn't conservative at all, not even remotely." In fact, he said that for the most part, if it's in league with actually in the Constitution, he's a constitutionalist, which means he's not right, he's not left, he's Constitution, right? Um, which is bad for conservative and bad for liberal, however you look at it, depending on what side of the issue that you're on. And he said, under any decision that he's going to make, all of these government agencies uh, better fear the reaper, because they keep doing stuff that they have absolutely no constitutional right to do, such as the EPA going in and saying, just declaring that this is wetlands, when in fact it's a guy who left his hose on. I am not kidding you. A guy left his hose on and it made a puddle. Now I'm simplifying the thing, but this is true. Guy left his hose on, made a puddle. They drove by, saw the puddle. Guy turned off his hose, and then proceeded uh, uh, destroy any sort of dams or anything that was holding the water, and they tried to sue him out of existence, like millions of dollars on his property. This justice said that this is the type of stuff that they're getting away with. He said, but no more. That is unconstitutional. Has nothing to do. First of all, that's not wetlands. Wetlands would be something, from something like the dinosaur age or something like that. This is this is the Florida wetlands that have been here for centuries before man even came in and started building condos. you know, that's massive inflation is due to Russia lost most of GDP in the early to mid 1990s when they transitioned. So is it 4 trillion their money or is it 4 trillion the US dollar? I can't say most of this stuff on YouTube. They devalue their currency at face value with one old ruble, you get 100 new rubles in 1998. I worked in a casino here in Las Vegas at one point. It was one of my temporary jobs. And what I was doing was I was filling in for one of the women. So all of y'all have been, if y'all have been paying attention to my videos, you're going to see something as far as talking about women, right? So I was hired to do all of the data entry, all of the 10 key operations, all of the sort of like light accounting. While I was there, Mexico devalued their peso. I think, was it 6-1 or something like that? 1-6 actually. 1-6 or something like that. And so millionaires in Mexico, millionaires to US dollars in Mexico, overnight became poor people. And I mean poor people. So let's say they had 1 million pesos before. Now, or they had $1 million before. Now they had $30,000. So whatever it was like crazy. And so the only reason that I know this is because a lot of those big millionaire people have outstanding balances with the casinos, and the casino allows this because they're millionaires. They know they're not going to run away. First of all, they're known people. And they're not going to run away without paying. So, they just run a tab and they pay, every month or something. Anyway, so we were flooded with calls in that office of millionaires saying, can you forgive the debt, or can you take 10-1 on the debt? So like if they had like $50,000 outstanding, they wanted the casino to take most of the loss and only pay like $5,000 or something like that. And of course, the casino said no, and it was in U.S. dollars, so they are paying a premium when they devalue the currency. They wanted to hire me but I was only there temporarily. They said I did 10 times the amount of work that their normal employee did. But they're all union, so they can't just up and fire somebody. They were literally like crying because even the other women in the office were like, oh, can you do this 10 key proper? Can you do this data entry? Can you do? I mean, I was like, done, right? I'm like, she takes all day to do one of those things. I can't even imagine what she's doing. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but they were like, please, can you stay? Finally, I have water. So let's it's 45 minutes in. Let's revamp the Kaepernick story. So what is this? You see, I don't look at Just and I started drinking, and it's orange, natural orange flavored water beverage with other natural flavor. You know, the word natural doesn't mean anything to corporations. They literally mean it doesn't mean anything. It has nothing to do with natural. It doesn't mean it came from an orange at all. It means it's like an orange. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate for those millionaires. Yep. Now, hopefully they had U.S. investments that didn't, I mean, but literally they're like, we have been destroyed. So I think the only people that got out alive out of that was the super duper. Well, now, then you ask yourself, if that's the case, maybe the current president is on to something. Because if the peso was devalued 6 to 1 or 1 to 6, which way am I going? Am I going wrong? What am I? Don't take don't take financial advice from me. So 1 peso turned into no 6 pesos. No, 1 peso turned into 6. 6 pesos. No, that makes it stronger. 1 peso turned into 6. So it would take 6 pesos to equal 1 before, right? So 1 turned into 6. So uh, here's what happened. They made their money way back because back immediately because then who's their biggest trading partner? The United States. So Mexican goods and services went from $30 to 2, something like that, right? 5, right? This is weird. Oh, and it has a slight fizz to it. This tastes. Oh, what? Hmm, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't complain. I don't know. I would keep $1 billion assets, but I think the Japanese is the most stable. No, I did. I last year I did Japan and China's stock market, and they are in a. They're still trying to recover from the crash of like 10 years ago, something like that. So watch out with that. And what's his name? What is it? Yabe, whatever his name is. Japanese are very competent people financially and economically. They're still Hasiko Yabe. What's the guy's name? What's the prime minister's name? He's the one that declared, "Hey, we're going to just type up Shakaama and Japan or Japanese stock market, Asian stock market, and it'll show some Japanese guy or Japanese or Chinese guy crying in front of a stock market board." And what China does, Japan sort of echoes. They don't follow, but they sort of echo it. So I would be very careful with it. I don't think you can. Shinzo Abe. Yeah, thank you. I'm not making any sense, and you need to cut your nails. Looks disgusting. What's wrong with my nails? My nails are fine. Got you. And what do you mean I don't make any sense? I'm giving you reports. Okay, so Nike stock fell. Market has responded 3.16%, um, due to the announcement of Colin Kaepernick being the face of. I'm disturbed. I can't believe this water is not water. Let's go back to the green stuff. And people are, of course, celebrating in the streets. Maybe not on your street, but they've been celebrating a lot in New York and especially on Twitter and Facebook. They're just celebrating. They're saying, they're not celebrating. They're just saying, we told you And they called for a boycott, of course, of Nike. Uh, People in the news. This is another thing that you didn't hear. People in the news were saying stuff like the cameraman just took a pair of scissors to his socks and cut off, trimmed out the Nike symbol off of his socks, and that went viral on Facebook, I believe, and Twitter, of a guy holding this cutout stuff, and people were burning their caps and stuff like that. This is the same sort of thing that they did in where is that? Where's this? Where's this place that we just did a not a blockade, not a boycott, a B, right? Maybe whatever the word is, embargo, whatever embargo is, the common phrase for embargo of that country, and they started destroying their Apple, their iPhones. So they started destroying their $700 phones. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but okay. Oh, this, this tastes much worse as it gets warm. So people started cutting up their Nike stuff and burning their Nike caps, and of course there was a call for a boycott Nike. Uh, Come to find out, Nike supplies the NFL with its uniforms. Is this true? Can somebody confirm that for me? Liberal Democratic Party. What's wrong with my fingernails? I don't understand what you're talking about. There's something wrong with my fingernails. Why are my fingernails disgusting? Huh? What's wrong with my fingernails? Uh, Pound for pound, hard assets. That's real estate, uh, rare items, art, uh, wine. I already said art. Some jewelry, some cars, if you're into that whole classic car sort of thing. Hard assets that either that will pay you or that will appreciate significantly. Rare watches, rare home items, maybe antiques and stuff like that. Rare ones that just keep going up and up and up in value as the uh, those in the United States, I think worldwide, those are the only things that you should be investing in. That is really, really, and maybe gold, but a gold is heavily manipulated. So I would definitely stick to stocks in my portfolio that average at least 7% annualized return, 95% of it. Otherwise, a high dividend yield index fund is my next option, which is what I was going to do. But if nobody was interested, I was going to create a stock portfolio, brand new, and make it be nothing but dividends. And I was going to try and get a, a dividend yield of an average of $50,000 a month. So, and I wasn't the first person to even think about this. I was actually following various people, and the one lady that I was following her story carefully. I believe she started out with, I think something like a few $1,000s. Now she, of course, put everything into drip, so the dividends kept being reinvested, 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 and reinvested. And of course, the let's say it was $5,000. The $5,000 ballooned into what was it, $10,000? I think she did it within a few years. $50,000 a month. I tried to get my people to. Good morning, King Supreme. I tried to get my people, my subscribers at the time, which were smaller than 50,000, to to even be interested in watching that as a video. But nobody was interested. I mean, I'd get like 100 views. I was like, what is, I don't understand. I don't understand this. And I simply do not. I don't get it. If somebody showed me, even now, if somebody showed me that, I haven't even done it. I want to, I want to do it for myself. But if somebody showed me, if I actually could see somebody do it, firsthand on and show videos and stuff like that, I'd be interested in that, and I'd watch every single. I don't understand. Can somebody explain to me why that's not interesting? Somebody, any of you 14 people in the chat, explain to me why that's not interesting. How to turn uh, start with $5,000 and end up averaging $50,000 in dividends every month to end up with a portfolio that is going to give you 50,000. Please tell me why that's not interesting. I know you want to watch cat videos. Okay, go watch your cat videos, and when you're done with the cat videos, come to me and say like, and what's funny is I get people occasionally who go, I followed your financial videos. No, I'm making $100,000 a year, and I was a burger flipper before. You talked about to learn how to start investing. Oh, that's fantastic. Uh, let's see here. Let's reiterate. Is 55 minutes in. Nike announced Colin Kaepernick as their face of their 30th anniversary for whatever it is. So today their stock dropped 3%, which I say is huge. Make sure you thumbs up the video. All of the people were saying how wonderful it was that Colin Kaepernick was the face, and his protest means that he's free speech and blah 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 blah. He's no longer not in the NFL, to my knowledge, right? He's not in the NFL, right? Is my knowledge wrong? So people trying to support him means absolutely nothing, because his impact actually hurting people who are making a paycheck in the NFL, who has to take all of the barbs and snares. You know where that's from? All the barbs and snares along with their whole protest or free speech or whatever. I said it from the very beginning. Football field is not a free speech space. Would you jump up on the counter in McDonald's and say, I'm going to give a free speech. Now, let's talk about how much I don't like taxes on burgers, right? That's not the place for it. You get fired, and that'd be the end of that. I don't know anybody who can do that. Can the steel worker jump up on the conveyor belt and say, this whole tax on our labor, personal income, federal income taxes is terrible? No, not. They'd fire you and that'd be it, right? Even the union couldn't save you. Barron's and Kiplinger's, that's good. Check out that dividend calculator. He's talking to him. Good morning. Have you slept yet? No, actually, I haven't slept for like 2 days. I'm feeling good. Please thumbs up the video. No, I have not slept for like 2 days. I kept trying to. My nerves are so bad that anytime I start getting serious now, I try to start crying. I'm gonna pull it. I gotta get it together, Tyrone. Right? My nerves are so bad, and this is going on before my roommate passed away, that I wouldn't sleep. I would lay down to sleep, and my body would be like, oh, can't sleep, can't sleep. Something might happen. Uh, I have premonitions of stuff, and sometimes so I let it get the best of me. That's why I have high blood pressure, probably. Okay, where were we? We're talking about Kiplinger. Let's see. Check out that dividend calculation. What? What? What dividend calculate? Talk to me. Talk to me, sir. Talk to me. But I followed the lady, $5,000 into a $50,000 yielding portfolio. I believe hers was $50,000 a year, but I wanted to take that a step further and make it $50,000 yield a month. And while that sounds like a whole lot of money, if you could get together $1 million to get yourself a tag and go onto the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We're not talking about you're a broker at the one of the houses that you can get yourself. You can then get on there and however many millions that you have to trade, and you could come out there with several $1 million each and every day. No joke. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I got Virgo problems. Don't stress so much. Well, well, easier said than done, right? Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't so far. Um, yeah. So yeah. So before my roommate passed away, I started having sleeping problems to the point, and I would be exhausted, and I would just literally be nothing but raw nerves after a while. And then I would say, okay, I'm gonna sleep. Hey, can I borrow your rake? No, get away from me. It's daytime. Don't you know me by now? Come see me at midnight. One day I said, I'm definitely gonna sleep today. And wouldn't you know it, before noon, 6 people knocked on my door, including my room, including my roommate. I went to a church today to get free food. This is where I got the kombucha and the Whole Foods stuff and the Trader Joe's stuff and it says USDA organic, non-GMO verified, high pressure certified, and it just tastes awful. It just tastes so bad. But I guess it's super good for you, right? So I should drink it. Oh, that aftertaste. You still haven't told me why people don't find it interesting. If I uh, uh, let's talk about another topic near and dear to my heart: finding a job, right? Making money on a job. I read about China's wanted to go 5. Yep, they've already started 5G. I know the U.S. is planning to make the switch in 2 years. Been trying to see what stock might increase with the. What was I saying? Keep track of Elon Musk stock. What is that? Tesla? Is it Tesla or his home corporation? Keep track of that stuff because he keeps shaking stuff up. I thought he made a joke. I thought he was joking. I follow him on Twitter, and he made the announcement on Twitter that he was thinking about taking Tesla private, which means he would buy back all of the stock. Well, if you time that correctly, you can make a killing, right? If you time it correctly, buy low, and then he buys it up here, you can make oodles of money doing that. So I was thinking to tell another thing I was trying to short. Well, what was I going to say? The short Nike. Yeah, I said that, but something before Nike happened. I was saying, the lira. The lira belongs to what country? That's you should just keep shorting that over and over and over. Uh, Become a day trader and just look at this, and as soon as it starts dropping, you short it. Short it, boom, get out. Short it, boom, get out. Because that's just going down, down. And they said, oh, it rebounded. Oh yeah, okay. And the United States doubled down on its, and then of course then the dollar increase. So that makes us our buying power better against the lira. I don't do forex. I think forex is sometimes it's boring depending on what market you get into, and then sometimes it is ridiculous and you can't. There is no rhyme or reason to anything, and so it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, just like a crazy person, you know. Did somebody come in and say something? No. 5G. Look, I was going to make, or I am going to make a video about 5G. I don't know how long to make it. I don't know if people would be interested in it, but I was going to warn people about 5G. But certain people are heavily invested in 5G in the United States, and so it sort of scared me that those people could pose a potential threat to my safety. Medical stocks will skyrocket with 5G since most people will get sick from the unsafe technology. That is that is a way to look at it. That's a very optimistic way to look at a very pessimistic sort of situation. Uh, and I just don't understand. And they've already done studies and they've already warned people, or they warn the agencies, they warn the companies, and the company says, "No, we're going forward with it." Uh, but the whole point was of the range of the radio waves. Radio. Somebody correct my English. What is at the bottom of this? Be strong. Oh, God. You Vegas people better call 911 for me if something happens on camera. Oh my God. That's gross. Okay. You must you must be a millionaire. You seem to know so much about investing and forex and new technology. I was going to be one of 30,000 people on the planet that would have a certified financial analyzer, financial analyst. There's only 30,000 on the planet, right? Which tells you that the test for it is ridiculous. And the way they conduct the test is ridiculous. It's a 12-hour test. Each phase, and there's 3 phases. And you take each phase once a year. How many hours do you study, and how much should we study to be informed with our day trading? I've been hoping you post a day trader lifestyle video and home setup. You don't want to see that right now because I'm in mourning and I haven't even cleaned out the guy's stuff or the house. I'm sitting in here. I'm hiding a whole bunch of trash behind me, and that's, anytime I go silent, it's because I'm stopping myself from starting to cry. Because people say, we don't want to see you cry. Man up. A guy died who was my friend, who was my buddy, and also who I not only I was trying to help him be healthier. I when I first got to this place, there's stairs to get up to the doors. And when I first got here, the first day, I walked up the stairs and had to catch my breath. It's only 4 stairs. I had to catch my breath at the top of the 4 stairs. Uh, Trying to hurry across the main street, I would have to stop and catch my breath. I went from that to, can you see all the muscles? I look pretty buff in this thing when I work out. I look, you'd mistake me for, you know, the fridge. No. Bo Jackson. Expect me? Yeah, you mistake me for Bo Jackson. Actually, he's pretty buff, huh? They work now. They work out 24. No, 24/7. Not 24/7, but year round. Where before, way back in the day, football, he worked out during football season, which I would think uh, probably was safer. So you're not that big, you're not that strong, you're not gonna knock somebody into Kingdom Come. Hey, I'm rapping. I can't do any of the new dances. Okay, so you still haven't answered why people wouldn't be interested in me showing them how to take $5,000 into something that generates $50,000 a month. I suck at day trading because day traders need a very specific skill, and that is to focus. Now, when I start focusing, I start forgetting to do stuff in real life. That is like eating, sleeping, because so I still kind of have focus with the YouTube stuff, where I get obsessed with the YouTube and it's I got to do this, I got to, but luckily my equipment is terrible, and so it stops me from doing that. But if my equipment were fantastic, I would probably not eat for days, not sleep for days, and you all would have like 10 videos a day, which is something I probably should do. That's what BuzzFeed does. That's what that guy, what is his name? The conspiracy guy, conspiracy news guy. No, it's not who you think I'm talking about. Uh, he starts his videos. Hey guys, this is what is his name? Uh, we used to be super duper friends, and at the time we were sort of had the same amount of subs. We sort of talked about the same amount of stuff, but he would put out like 7 videos a day. Like, I guess that's the thing to do. I don't know. I think live streaming is a way to go. I don't know that guy's name. He's in my. I'm interested, and I think most of your followers do too. But for the ones that don't seem interested, I think they're just not ready to act on it. Some people would just like to look and imagine. Well, a part of my day trading series was going to show you how to take $500 and turn that into $300,000. Now, what do I get out of that? Very little, especially if only 300 people watch. Especially if less than let's be honest. If less than 100,000 people watch each and every video in that series, I would have done nothing but give away oodles of money for very few people who would watch it, and I'd be broke because that takes time, effort, energy, and the cost of actually making the video. And I just can't bring myself to do that. It's just, unless 100,000 people watch each and every video in that series, I will make no money. I will be out of money. And a lot of my channel is like that. That I give away stuff that makes people, that could make them, if they carried it to the extreme, a millionaire, and yet uh, I would end up with nothing. The people that I said who made $100,000 or 200 or even $300,000 who messaged me, I say, "Can I get a donation?" "No, I'm good." Of course, I feel like most people know the truth. It takes daily hard work and study. People aren't interested in applying them themselves. You are absolutely correct. I was looking at a show talking about doctors, right? Now, the draw of being a doctor, the money, all that sort of stuff, although I did a series on that, meant that you have to know in your brain a diagnosis from information that you're looking at. You are a skilled person. It takes brain, it takes effort, and it takes a lot of work. Investing in stocks takes a lot, and the lesson is extreme because while you're learning this, you're paying for that lesson through the nose. Now, should I say, if you don't save money, at a very minimum, there's no need to watch a stock video. If you can't save $500, there's no need to watch a stock video. And I'm saying this, $500, and most people who don't apply themselves. I mean, if I've had hundreds of thousands of dollars in my bank at some points in my life, right? If let's say I had $100,000 in the bank at the time, and I invested 500 and I lost the five, I would be highly upset. So investing that $500, I would study and study and study and study and study and study and study because I am like quadruple digit Capricorn, and I want to make sure that I win whenever I take a shot. That's probably why I'm not successful now, because I don't do stuff. Docs will be replaced by AI very soon. Oh, they already being replaced. Most docs are useless and don't know much. Huh? That's not true. Acorn app can help those people. It takes cents left over from purchases and investing it to. Oh, okay, yeah. Some people just need to automate their flaws. Well, I mean, could I put out a thing that says, here is how you make sure, if you want to, are you serious about investing and learning about investing and actually getting to the point to actually start doing the investing part? I don't consider a day trader an investor. I consider a day trader a mathematician at best. He's not learning about the company. He doesn't know the manager, and at some point, some of them have no idea what the company even trades or produces, or do they make cars? Do they make iPhones? Do they make, you know, toilet plungers? No idea. Don't care. They're looking at charts. That's it. That's it. Now, some you're gonna find here on YouTube some people talking about, yeah, I roll out of bed 30 minutes before the morning bell rings, and I look at Yahoo Finance and Google Finance, and I'm done. What? And I make $1,000 a day. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. That's crazy. Unless they just have hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting there, and then when they make a purchase, they even a penny or so of profit is enough. Well, how much is it after the fees and stuff like that? Make sure you thumbs up the video, the live stream. The people who succeed from following you, the ones who are humble, should donate something. Yeah, I think so. Literally, the guy said, I made $300,000 this year off of you. Can I can I get a couple bucks? No, I'm good. No, he didn't say no, I'm good. He literally just didn't respond after that. All he said was, thank you for the money, bye. Not as allegation, but out of appreciation, you explain things uniquely. I plan to donate when I rise. When I will rise up. Something. Okay. I anytime something sounds too good, like, he might roll out of bed 30 minutes before the morning bell, do minor research, but he might have a system where he already knows where the charts are. Oh, and he said he looks at the ending day charts, see where everything closed, see where the market's closed. He might be one of those super geniuses who looks at, about 100 charts and already knows what he's going to do. And the charts are telling him exactly what to do. He's looking at the volume, he's looking at the support, he's looking at all of that sort of stuff. But that's not what he's saying in his video. In his video, he's saying he rose out of bed 30 minutes before the morning bell, reads a couple of general newspapers. General. Yahoo Finance is not going to tell you anything in detail. Google Finance is not going to tell you anything in detail. Could he have predicted the drop in Nike? Well, maybe Nike was kind of obvious. But could he have predicted the drop in Nike? Could he have done that? Could he have shorted Nike to the tune of $1,000 profit in one day? Could he? I doubt it. Not the way he's explaining it. A lot of the stuff that people. I'm telling you, it's hard work. And I was somebody messaged me, and I said, "Do you have $10,000?" He said, "No." I said, "If you're really, really serious about day trading or getting on the stock market, you have to have 10,000. Actually, you need about. They told me $100,000. This is back in the day. Might be different now. Back in the day. Now the $500 thing is something that is offshore." That scare you? However, they do take $500. But if I tell people $500 and they lose their money, they're going to be looking at me weird. You told me to pay $500 and I lost it all. Well, first of all, you're not supposed to lose it all. Maybe you lose a penny. Maybe you lose. No, maybe you lose a penny. And as soon as you start losing, you jump out, you're fine, right? You pay your broker fee and you're fine. But some people just are not going to do the work. And it bugs me. Well, I talked to my family and they said, you should stop doing that YouTube. Go start a business. And I'm all like, this is a business. I'm registered in Las Las Vegas, what is it? Clark County. 90% of day traders are gamblers. 9% are well-informed. 1% are statisticians. High school economics teacher, was he right? Huh? What? Oh, 90% of day traders, 100% of successful day traders are statisticians, uh, super duper smart. I'm talking about successful. People fail all the time, and they fail for various reasons. Day trading is not gambling. Day trading is literally a set of information that you know, plus skills that you're bringing to the table, and then that is dictating what you're, where to start and where to finish, and that's is supposed to tell you where to start and where to finish. Now, you can't control the other million people doing the same thing, so the stock might go up, might go down, but in general, it's going to the dictates of where to start, where to finish is going to allow you to consistently make profit. What's the problem? You have to know the information. You have to know the information. You have to know the charts, what you're looking at on the chart. And they keep saying, they always advise you, past performance does not indicate future whatever, right? Well, that is true. There's no guarantee, but for the most part, it's true, right? And no, they're not gamblers. The successful ones are not gamblers at all. Not even close to it. That's for day traders. Now, no, investors or swing traders, I don't know. I don't know what a swing trader really is. I've looked at it, and I know it's a longer time frame, like a couple of days or the end of day or whatever, and then they cash out at the beginning of the next day. And day traders literally are looking like periods of time like that much time. Day traders are like the boop, we're done. It's over. Then you get the high speed traders, and they just make money because they're trading a million shares. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what's coming down the pipeline. It's a high speed trader. You can't get in between that trade. You can't work with that trade on your mobile phone or your Time Warner cable. They cheat. They have their computers on the stock exchange, and that's the whole trade right there. Tell me, what did they do? They didn't do anything. I think it's cheating. I think it's unfair, and they just make money. They just go million, 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 million. That's all they do. They make probably half $500 million in an hour. Since day traders are smart, what is great business? One can start with an average IQ and hard work to succeed. Real estate, real estate investing. Yeah, there's more profit in real estate investing. I'm not talking about being a realtor. I'm not talking about being a broker. So I'm being specific, the real estate investor. These people who take trash, polish it up, and sell it. Those people. And not spend any of their own money. Is it true there's a culture of micro-dosing psychedelics in the business and trading world? I've heard this quite a... Yeah, on Wall Street, yeah. It's a high-stress environment. I used to be a salesman, and I'm fantastic at sales. Fantastic. If I'm put in front of a person, they're gonna buy, and they might buy 100 of whatever I'm selling because I'm just that good. However, I've never been one to enjoy stress, and sales is stress. So I'd do stuff like make one sale an hour. 8 hours, I made eight sales. One day I lucked up and not lucked up, but I was just back to back to back, back to back, back. 12 sales in an hour, right? And they say you should keep going. I was like, I need to stretch my, I need to stretch my. They said it's a graduated paying system. If you keep going, you did 12. If you get to 20, you get paid double. I was like, I'm cool. They, now for the top people in that department, they would sell 20 to 40 an hour. Here's what I didn't agree with. They would max out the pay scale or whatever it was, the graduated system. They would max that out before noon, and then they'd leave. And they said, "If you leave, we're gonna dock you." What are you doing? It's sales. It's not corporation. It's not you can't do the 9 to 5 with a salesperson. First of all, salesperson is a different beast. It's a different beast altogether. Now, imagine that, and that's just regular sales, right? Imagine that times like 1,000 on Wall Street, and uh, you're working the trade desk, being a day trader, for the company. So they're handing you millions of dollars to do what I'm trying to teach you about, right? Uh, can you imagine the stress there? So at the end of your day, which is what, 3 p.m. At the end of your day, you are almost on the verge of a stroke every day. And so when you need to go home, it's not enough to go have hamburgers and hot dogs, kick your feet up and watch Netflix. Uh, because the next day, all of that stress is going to come back. So yeah, they do all sorts of stuff. And and for the most part, companies are like, as long as it doesn't get in the way of you actually making us millions of dollars, we don't care. We don't even, whatever. We'll join you, whatever, because we're stressed too. The only people who are really concerned about it really are people who can't get to those people. So police, DA's office, they can't even get to those people because, well, what are they going to do? Come up onto the trading floor? No, you can't get in the building. You can't. You can't even be on the street. They've kicked people out of off of making video recordings of not Monsanto. See, this is where my brain doesn't work half the time. Probably need water, and this is gross. Not Morgan Stanley. Come on, help me out here. Um, Hewlett Packard? No, it starts with an H. New York, big firm. They make like 200 billion by noon, something like that. Not Morgan Stanley, not J.P. Morgan, but J.P. Morgan does the same thing. Some guy was trying to video the sidewalk in front of. What am I trying to say? Who is it? Who is it? The doorman came out, called the police, and said, "I will have you arrested for video recording the sidewalk in front of our building." Okay? And was serious. And called the police. The guy had to go. They don't play. They don't. Who is it? J.P. Morgan, Chase. Who is it? Morgan. What am I? Somebody help me. All you people. Make sure to click the thumbs up. Okay, let's reiterate. Colin Kaepernick was announced to be the face of the 30th anniversary for Nike. Not the 30th anniversary for Nike. I think they're much older. I think it's some sort of celebration that they're doing. Today their stock fell 3.16%. The people who opposed Colin Kaepernick were dancing in the streets. We're all over Twitter laughing. Do you see the difference between the liberal reaction and the conservative reaction? Conservative reaction is sort of logical. You know, it's sort of, ha ha, you fell down. Ha ha ha. Sucks to be you. Merrill Lynch? No, not Merrill Lynch. Bilderberg meeting in Merrill? No. Hi, MGTOW Loner. Hello, Shakaama. Peace sign. Hi, how you doing? Be sure to like the live stream. It is. Oh, it is not Merrill Lynch, not J.P. Morgan, not Morgan Stanley, not. It is not Hewlett Packard. You know, I heard that coconut oil changes your brain and readjusts your brain so that it functions properly. The conservatives are so anti-technology though, but the left and the right are a part of HSBC. Huh? Home Shopping Network? What is HSBC? Come on here. This is what. Anyway, this is supposed to be a fundraiser. Y'all are supposed to be donating money. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know, I'm answering questions from people who are talking about stock market. HSBC Bank? No, but I wanted to bank with them. I'm doing PayPal instead, and I don't know if PayPal is. I have a PayPal credit card, PayPal prepaid debit card. Well, all debit cards are prepaid, right? That doesn't make sense. Be sure to click the like button. Anyway, I run into problems. Certain people don't take it, and it's MasterCard, which makes me believe that they don't have the reach something. They're not a real bank. Their bank credentials are through somebody else. So when they do stuff, uh, I have 500 PayPal credit line. Wow, how do you have that? I I I asked for a credit line for PayPal, and they said, no. But when my Google payment came in, they're all like, could you want to buy this? You want to buy that? And I'm all like, no, I need that loan. I need that loan. Um, I have over 5K in collections on my credit report because of a relative's vehicle got towed and charges placed in your name. How? It will make it hard to get a mortgage. Did you look at my credit videos? There you go. Free information how to fix all of that stuff. I would, but don't use credit cards, debit cards. I offer my information to those companies. I'm my own bank. Somebody was talking about that. Once you become rich, once you become a millionaire and stuff, like people started this, and and he said it's very easy to do because if you don't, if you you can be outside of the FDIC and the SEC if you're teeny tiny tiny tiny, and the millionaires are teeny teeny tiny tiny tiny, right? So he said it's very easy to fall into doing that, being a bank for people because you have money, and they trust you because you have money, and so right, you see what I'm saying? McKees, what? I'm too relevant on car and they retrieve items from the car and they made some. Just put the yeah, of course, but have you disputed that? You can dispute that. You could easily dispute that. You say I was not the owner of the car. There you go. there's not there's nothing to overcome the truth. And since it's what was it, a whole bunch of money? You could go to small claims court and file informal. This is not legal advice. This is not legal advice. You can go to small claims court and file in forma pauperis, which means you don't have to pay any court costs because you're too broke and too poor. And the court will so order that you are not liable for that thing, and then order with that order, then take that to the credit agencies like TRW and all that sort of stuff, and they will take it off, and that will be the end of it. And since they're not going to be there because they're not going to send a representative for such a small thing, they will not be in the court, and you will win. This is not legal advice. This is not legal advice. Oh, third time. This is not legal advice. There you go. please, please thumbs up the live stream. Made in 2015. Yeah, it's still on your credit score. This is not legal advice, but take it to small claims and file informal properties and get the court to strike that down. Thank you. That's not legal advice. That's for pure entertainment purposes only. You're supposed to be entertained. Give me a thumbs up if you love me. Anyway, next question. Nike has not officially made a statement about the Colin Kaepernick thing, except to make an excuse saying that Colin Kaepernick is one of 100 athletes in the issue that they're doing. I guess they're doing a magazine, or is it a show? I don't know what they're doing. I don't own anything Nike. In fact, I don't think I own anything name brand except suits and stuff like that. And those people normally don't do anything because they're all sort of conservative stuff. Can I put like two air purifiers in here and then just start dusting, and the air purifier will take the dust out of here? I don't know how to clean. When I say I don't know, I grew up with maids and stuff, so literally, I'm not even being funny. I don't know how to clean. And even my mother suggested it. She says, oh, why don't you have a maid come in, like like once a week or once a month? You could do that. I was like, I'm a broke YouTuber. Did y'all see that? You see, I see stuff on the camera. There's nothing actually here. So I was going to do a live stream. Let's get a show of hands. Type F in the chat if I should do a live stream dedicated to ghosts. No, type G, I guess. If you would like to see a live stream dedicated to ghosts, I will go over everything ghost for several hours. Uh, or if you're watching this later and on YouTube, and leave a comment saying you'd like to see a live stream about ghosts. Okay, then I would like to talk about aliens. Would you be interested in watching a live stream talking about everything aliens, including official sightings from actual like Air Force pilots, governors, uh, people in the cabinet of the United States government over the years? Everything aliens. Type A for aliens. Nothing. Okay. Oh, I think I'm lagging, so it takes time to get to you all. A for aliens, G for ghosts. AG for both. Right? What? Five. A for alien live stream, G for a ghost live stream. A for aliens, G is for ghost. I'm gonna do something gross. Off camera. Oh, that feels good. I think I'm lagging like really badly. I'm still live though. AG. Okay. That's one person. I don't think people are even watching me. Okay, so there's severe backlash from Nike for Ghost. Okay. G for Ghost. I have a pretty big gap, about like the size of the top of my finger on my knee. And it's dried over. Do I rip that off and put some what do you call that? The antiviral medication thing on it. I so want to scratch it so badly. It itches so badly. Reggie P. Hello, Reggie P. How you doing? How you doing? Nobody commented on my terrible backlash. I'm buying some new Nike kicks this week. Yeah, there's severe backlash. You might want to wait. The price might, the price might, going out of business might be in store. But people say no, overseas, Nike is going like gangbusters. But uh, why didn't you do it for the Labor Day sale? I I was also going to do a video of how to shop, and I was going to go over all of the industries, all of the stuff online with the best year for the entire year, right? I used to have a list on my computer, which of course pooped out. Uh, and I had a list, and it would tell me, and it would say, if you want, month to month, here's where you buy this. Month to month, video games, anything you could think of. Video cards, computers, laptops, anything, shoes. Uh, of course, since my computer is completely destroyed now, and okay, why are you moving? Oh, see, this is my life now. Stuff moves around. So I'm sitting in my room the other day, and I have one of those uh, panels. It has like foil on one side, and it's a little bit thick, and it completely sort of like insulates you from the sun, right? So it makes the room quite cool. turn on the air conditioner, and you're cold in the summertime. I'm sitting there, nothing's happened in the room, and a panel just starts coming out. And there's curtains there, so the curtains start moving, and it looked like uh what is Stranger Things? Remember the stuff was in the wall and it started reaching out of the wall? That's what that's what it looked like. And I sort of jumped up and I was like, first of all, why is that thing moving? There's no wind, nothing. And it's a pretty heavy panel. It takes me both hands firmly grasping it to move it around, to move the panel around. Crazy stuff. This is happening. Now, I had my lovely mother come bless it twice. First time, she just sort of sat in the living room and just oh, bless this house. Then I said, no, I need you to come bless uh, the door at least. And so then she went further and she blessed every door. She blessed both outside doors, all the doors in the house, bathroom, everything. Uh, we saw, me and my roommate and I, when he first moved in, a black thing the size of a hand towel, about that size, pure black. My roommate came here and opened up the door. And when he opened up the door to come inside of here, that black thing flew out and down the hall, and I was hoping it went out of the door, the front door. And I said, why is a bat inside of my house? Well, there's no way a bat could have gotten inside the house, and for that day, everything was closed. Uh, so then finally, we both admitted that it was some sort of spirit or some sort of something. Black ghost? I've never seen a black ghost. But this was pure black. It was not a bat. I've seen bats. I've looked at bats. I used to go caving. I've been in caves with hundreds of bats. I know what a bat is. That wasn't a bat. It was jet black. And I mean jet black, like light absorbing black. It was really dark. I wish I was that color. But yeah, he said that was a ghost. That wasn't a bat. And I said, yeah, that was not a bat. I said it doesn't make sense to even call it a bat because we're living in a desert and there is no mountain cave around here anywhere near. There's not a mountain for at least, I don't know. I don't know how to gauge stuff. 20 miles? I don't know, something like that. Do bats wander so far away, and why would they come in here? Wasn't a bat. Anyway, that's one of my ghost stories. It's a global band. No one cares about the Hicks here. The Hicks. Hey, well they're immediately started boycotting, and that's the patriotic people. All the patriotic people said, no, how dare you do this? And to my knowledge, patriotic people are on both sides, conservative and liberals. Liberals had a demonstration the other day, and they were talking about, oh, patriotic, everybody, we're patriotic. Oh, Democrats are patriotic. I was like, really? To my knowledge, that's not true. But if you want to say that, okay, that's fine. Uh, Apparently, I need sleep. I look terrible. I look fat and terrible. Oh, what's that? Anyway, so interested in live stream for ghosts? Type G. Interested in an alien live stream? Type A. No, nobody. Corey Soul. Hello, Corey Soul. How you doing? How you doing? Everybody talk to me. You can't lurk on my channel. This I'm not. This is a no lurking channel. You have to talk. You have to type something. Hello, hi. What are you trying to fundraise for? Trying to fundraise for my computer. I need about what? $3,000. And don't say you can get it with no. I don't want that. I want to actually have a real YouTuber computer. And the thing that I saw said at a minimum it's $3,000. YouTuber computer means that I'm doing video editing on the computer. I'm not taking this to Hollywood and having them do that. I'm going doing the video editing. Sound editing on the computer. I'm not taking it to Hollywood to have them do the sound editing. I want to do it here. Doing a live stream that could handle any sort of applications that can actually hook up the camera, show me, also show my desktop while I play games or show a video or whatever. $3,000 at a minimum. No, you can have a computer that can play Ultra with only $1,500. Yeah, can you have a computer that can do Ultra and live stream and video record and video edit and edit two or three things at the same time? I don't think a lot of people understand what a YouTuber does. And I've taught myself all of this stuff. You can't do it on the phone because although people say we make this app and you can do most everything that you do in computer right on the phone. You don't have to bust out your laptop to edit the video. No, it's not true. Anyway, that's what the fundraiser is for. $3,000. It doesn't need to be from one person. Hello. Stacy John, Maddox 12, and hello, Kay. Hi Shakaama, how are you? Oh, okay. I'm doing all right. Maddox 12. Are you Don LP Maddox 12? Why did you change your name? Stacy John. How you doing? That's the woman with the oversized top and then the undersized legs. It's not a good look. You need to be balanced. Even women should be balanced. Don't have tiny legs. It's not attractive. And I'm not saying that you need to be Sir Mix-a-Lot, baby got back sort of shape. I don't like that either. I like a balanced person. I'm kind of a perfectionist. If I fall over, it means I went to sleep. I've drank a quart of stuff and I still don't have to go to the bathroom. It must mean I'm just sweating out all of this stuff. Can you all see me sweating? You can't see me sweating? No sweat mark. I learn from my mistakes. Slickster 3, hello. Kristen Madison. Huh? You're not Donald LP? Good morning. 3K may be a bit low. I like your content. I would like to see you able to do more. Is 3K too low? I was asking and I asked all the tech YouTubers. I said, what is a real YouTube? Because I never had one. A real YouTuber computer. And they never gave me an actual price, but the 3K thing was what I was looking at. Now there's some guy who just went overboard, and he said you could do all of this, everything on SD, and it will really save you a lot of time because the SD is going to be on the order of like 10 times faster than if you're going to do it in a regular hard drive and stuff like that. No, Kristen Madison. I knew I recognized the name, but your avatar is from the other guy. Anyway, I all my patrons from Patreon. I wrote a message on there. You all need to respond to it. Uh, you are going to dictate a lot of the content that's going to be on the channel. So I want you to respond to it. Make sure you respond to it because if you don't respond to it and then I start doing stuff, you're going to be all like, well, I wanted this, It would be good, but you're looking at about 4K to get the good hardware. I have not calculated the video card, which are now way overpriced due to Bitcoin taking off. Everybody wants to sell stuff to the Bitcoin people because the video card does the calculation when you're mining Bitcoin and you're mining the algorithm to do the calculation. Are you Isaiah Bailey is my that's what I thought. I thought the avatar, I guess, because I've seen it before and it wasn't that guy at all. And I was like, huh, I guess that's not him. Yeah, they have gotten it out of hand. Can you write me up a definite, this is a perfect YouTuber computer and it's not going to go obsolete within 6 months? I don't know how you can do that, but I mean, something that would be way over the process of what currently is available, because a lot of times people will make, okay, here's the video editor and sorry, but you need twice as much RAM now, something like that. You know what I mean? Be sure to thumbs up the video. So no lurkers. Everybody say hi. Hi, Shakaama, because Shakaama is a talker. I was talking to this guy. And he says, I enjoy seeing you come because I know you're a talker. He's older, so a lot of older people. Even the lady said, I don't get to talk to people much. She was sitting next to the guy and they told her to move out. This is for staff only. And she said, well, I don't get to talk that much to people. And then I said, yeah, I'm surrounded by old people where I live. And she said, old? I said, yeah, they're over 50. They're over 50 years old. And she was like, what? Yeah, so everybody say hi, Shakaama. How you doing, Shakaama? Hello, thanks for being on YouTube. Oh, don't say anything that make me cry. I'm in a very vulnerable state of mind because of the grief. I've never been. I live next to a stone cold thug white guy, and so I said, my roommate died. He goes, yeah, I've had 3 of my homeboys die this week too. Let's go get some ice cream. I was like, what? You're not fazed? You're not sad? He goes, this is like 30. I'm up to 30 now. I'm all like, I've never been around anybody who's passed away. Never in my life. He says, you're kind of late with this being sad about somebody passing away. First of all, anyway, I won't get into that, but I mean, Isn't that a little bit? He's kind of jaded, huh? He's had 30 friends pass away. Yeah, he was not even phased. Nothing. He was just like, let's go to the store. Then the next day I was walking and I came out the store, which was the first time I'd really been out of the house, like out of the house, like in daylight and stuff like that. How's it going? You still sad? I said, yeah, I'm still sad. He goes, it's all right. And his other boy he says, the crying ends today. Just stop it. just like, I was like, hmm. But I was walking, I came back and I asked a neighbor, I said, when is this over? She said, well, it took me a long time to get over my, now she has to be about 60 years old. She says it took her a long time to get over her parents passing. She says, so I don't know. I don't know. And then my friend today, it was, we went to the food bank, and then the food bank was located at a church, and they offered church. He says, come on with me. So I said, okay. He goes, go ask them to pray for you. It'll be all lifted from you. You won't. And he started crying. This 50-something-year-old man. I was like, he started crying for me. He says, I just get so excited. And I go, okay. So I went over there, sat there, and started crying. They're like, you'll be all right. All right, go back to your seat. And when I told them what I wanted to be prayed over for or blessed or whatever I don't know what kind of church it is. He said, is that it? I go, pretty sure that's the most important thing, right? On the planet, right? Being alive? I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe people are callous. Anyway, I noticed that the church was full of nothing but. I know, New Orleans, they party, right? I saw 1%, and the people wouldn't stop. I go, but I've never seen that before. Wait, can we stop? I thought there was. I'm like, no, we have to get to the school. Always with the school people being in charge of the driving. You would think, oh, people from out of town, never been to New Orleans, Nolans. Let's introduce them to some Nolans culture. But I do like a YouTuber showed one of those things. He says, "This is how I would love to, pure white boy. This is how I would love to go out. Go out in style." And like, dude, one of the pallbearers stopped and did a soft shoe and everything, and then the band started playing. He said that's awesome. That is an awesome way to do it. Have y'all seen how New Orleans people do their funeral processions? It's amazing. It's amazeballs. Okay, so reiterating, Nike named Colin Kaepernick as the face of their 30th anniversary for something, whatever it is, right? Their stock dropped today 3.16%. There was much cheering and pointing and laughing after the first day of the announcement of people saying, "Yay, Colin Kaepernick," who's not even in the NFL or he's not even an athlete anymore. And somebody made a meme of Cam Newton talking to Colin Kaepernick, and Colin Kaepernick says, "Bro, why don't you grow your hair out?" And Cam Newton says, "Well, I actually have to wear a helmet." I thought it was funny. Hey, Shakaama, you're awesome. Longtime subscriber. 911 Nomad. Is that somebody squatting down with tattoos all over their body? Thank you, 911 Nomad. $3.99 special. What a bargain. Oh, longtime subscriber. Thank you so much. And then they were trying to shame Kaepernick for saying, not Kaepernick, Cam Newton for saying that. So the woman reporter was describing a football move, and he said it's so funny hearing a female describe the down and out move. I, 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 I don't play football. My family thought I should be a preacher or a priest all my life. So a lot of, although everybody else and in every other branch of the family all went pro or semi-pro. I didn't even go to Little League. True story. School said he needs to be in Little League. Uh, Mom took me to one game and that was it. Ever. Ever. And then when I didn't do well, she said, "See, I told you." Well, I don't do well because you don't take me to practice. You got to practice. I'm 9 years old. You think I got the muscles for baseball and football just out of the blue? Anyway, this was after the death of my father. So she had no idea what. Oh, she played football. She played basketball and when she was a kid, and she said she was good. She's and all the girls, all my aunts, they all played basketball, and my uncles played football or something like that when they were growing up. So I don't understand this. All of a sudden, I can't do any of this. And then I have some strange news, and I can do a live stream just on this too. So I suspected something was strange about me and the family, and so I confronted my mother, and I got some weird reaction. And she said, "Who was on the birth certificate?" And I was like, well, I didn't answer her. So I said, "What?" People of YouTube, all of you all watching me, if your mother questioned the information that you got and said, "Well, who was on the birth certificate?" as the parents, would you think that maybe she's not your mom? And so always, if I say mother to my mother, right? Everybody knows that word. She says, "Don't call me that." And so I had my aunt in the car with us, and me, my mother, and my aunt. And so I said, "Okay, goodbye, mother." And she says, "Don't call me that." And my aunt says, "Why wouldn't he call you mother?" And she says, "When he leaves, I will tell you." And I was like, "What does that? What does that mean? What's going on here?" It's my family hides a lot of stuff. They're like a wealthy family, and they keep a lot of secrets, and a lot of secrets that are not even like that important, but it would embarrass the family, so they don't talk about it. It would embarrass the family according to them. It's not something that anybody else would think of. What could possibly? So I'm in the wrong frame of mind right now. What could possibly be that my mother wouldn't want to be called mother, and why would she say to my aunt, "I will tell you why I don't want him to call me mother later," right? And but she would not tell me. I said, I'm what this is about. You tell me. She says, no. I don't understand that. Somebody, y'all make guesses. Teresa Smuts, how you doing? Noodles McGee. Noodles McGee. No, I think that she was being sarcastic, saying, "Well, who was on the birth certificate? Your mom is your mom." Well, I've had people in the family say, it's really strange. You look just like your mom. But that's strange. Why is that? And this is an in-law. This is an in-law. In my family, the in-laws are not a part of the family. So an uncle-in-law is not a part of the family. Only the blood relatives are part of the family. That includes children, grandchildren. So the in-law uncle who has the children is not a part of the family. We are not to talk to in-laws about family matters. I'm anticipating the video after you finish your research. My research on research on what? Which one? I've talked about 5 different types of videos. Emil Winfrey Jr. Ooh. Can I go do some jumping jacks? I've been sitting here for 2 hours. Oh, my mom. Well, for that, I would think I need to. I think I need to hire a private investigator. The information that I got, the lady said, "Well, your father's death benefits have ended." I go, "My father's death benefits? What are we talking about here?" And she said, "Oh, you didn't know? They should have gone to you. You must talk to a male in the confidence about this to get closure." Uh, Talk to a male about my roommate. Or was there a word missing from that sentence? Everybody say hello. There are no lurkers on my channel. You can't lurk on my channel. You have to say, "Hi, Shakaama. How you doing? How you doing? You look fat. What's up with your fingernails?" In the family, I mean, mom. About my mother, so I need to ask one of my uncles. You don't understand. They're all they keep secrets and and I mean, take it to the grave type of secret. Art V, how you doing? No lurkers on my channel. Please also thumbs up the live stream. No lurkers on my channel. Say hi. How you doing? What's wrong with your glasses? Why do you cover your locks? Because they're terrible and they're turning blonde. Uh, what do you think of Trump? I think Trump is a great businessman. And if people only saw him as that, everybody would like him. He said in a speech, he says, "We looked at NAFTA and we looked at Canada, and Canada has been fleecing us to the tune of $82 million since NAFTA was." We knew NAFTA was not good when we knew Mexico was making a killing, because there makes no sense for the United States and Mexico to be in the same room talking about finance or economics. Mexico is not anywhere near. You make an agreement with somebody who is the same as you. So as far as business is concerned, this is why YouTubers don't partner with me. They don't do whatever, because I don't have 1 million subscribers. And outside of somebody being your neighbor or living with you or being your brother or something like that, YouTubers don't do collabs with other YouTubers unless they are the same amount of subscribers. And normally we're talking about 1 million subscribers. Uh, I've had people say, can you collab with me? And they have 2,000 subscribers. 2,000 subscribers, 10% are going to watch that. That means 200 people at the most are going to watch their video. And more often than not, it's like 15 people. That doesn't do anything for me. Apply that now to an entire country. With what's the U.S. GDP? Somebody look that up for me since I don't have a computer. So our GDP is in the trillions. Mexico's in the millions, something like that. It doesn't make sense to be an economic partner with them. The whole idea was to partner with them to then send more illegals over to vote for Democrats. That's what this entire thing is about. Nothing to do with economics, nothing to do with finance, nothing to do with being a good neighbor. 18 million votes increase for Democrats for the past 20 years, something like that. Yeah, I was telling Katia, I was saying that I went to the food bank today, and the guy took me into the church and told me to go up for prayer at the church service. I said, but the blessing guy said, so what's your problem? I said, my roommate died. I'm having a hard time getting over. He says, is that all? you know, Christianity would be great if it weren't for the Christians. That's my only take on that. I'm not coming across any YouTubers on your level. Any suggestions? What do you mean? On my level? What do you mean? You only watch million subscriber YouTubers? But I'm saying the incentive for a YouTuber to collab with another YouTuber that has 10% of the subs of the other YouTuber makes no economic sense. The idea of a collab is to have both people share subscriber views so that they both rise together. Same thing in economics. You make a trade deal with a country that is equal to you, although for the most part China is the only thing that's equal to the United States, and actually their economy is bigger than ours now. But that's no surprise since they have 1 billion people in their country. It should be the United States should be left in the dust as far as if we were talking about a real country with real economics. We should be left in the dust. We only have what, 1/3 of the amount of people. You don't trade with people who don't have money. Canada doesn't have money. Mexico doesn't have money. You don't trade with those people. So you got to think there is something else going on. And come to find out, it wasn't a free trade agreement because Canada had tariffs. Mexico had tariffs. Mexico offered cheap labor so that all the corporations kept sucking their businesses over there to the cheap labor. But Mexico had tariffs. So if you tried to sell corn and rice into Mexico from the United States, there were tariffs on it. So it's more expensive than the local stuff. Even subsidized with the Christians, the people that was harsh, that would apply all things. Yeah, of course. A lot of channels pop from 58,000 to 70,000, and then jump over 100,000. You just one vital video or collab away. You made it to my screen, so you're doing something right. Noodles McGee. I love your name, by the way. There's a lot of these creators viral, not vital. Yeah, I keep telling people, I said, I probably qualify technically for a whole bunch of government, this and that and the other, because I don't technically have a job, right? I said, but I'm online and a YouTuber. I could literally, I'm striking at the hammer, and I could literally, and be a millionaire. That was a piece of lint. I saw that, and be a millionaire overnight. It could happen. It should have been happening, but the algorithm is keep suppressing my stuff, suppressing my views. Literally, I had a video, and I'm looking at the chart, and it's going up, 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 up. Views are going up, 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 and hits a wall and drops all the way down. That's the algorithm. That's not people. People didn't all of a sudden decide to go to bed. You know why I know that? Because my channel is international. On some of my videos, Holland just thinks it's the bee's knees and they watch. Germany thinks the video is the bee's knees and they watch. I had the Congo, of all places. I don't know what I said. I think it was one of my Nigeria videos. And they were they watched my video the most. And they watched it from beginning all the way to end. So it was super successful in Congo. Simpson songs. Yeah, children. And so get this. I I realize that kids and the younger people under the age of 25 have behavior that lends itself to be more successful for YouTubers, right? Because they binge watch and they rewatch, right? Because of the way I talk, and that is, you can understand everything that comes out of my mouth, and I speak fairly slowly, so that everybody can understand, including foreigners. So this is why I'm more international than probably your average bear, including foreigners. So the foreigners I've been complimenting and complimenting. I love watching your videos and hearing you talk. It's almost like I'm getting an English lesson listening to you, because you speak so clearly, no accent, and you speak fairly slowly so that I can understand. That whole thing, that applies to the elderly as well. So I don't know if you've seen the meme, but it's a girl who's used to be a Musically girl. I don't know if you know what Musically is. It's people used to lip sync to me. There was a whole app, website that you would go and you would make a video and you lip sync the music. Anyway, so she was one of the Musically famous people, came over to YouTube. Okay. The way she talks, she goes, even other YouTubers are going, what the heck is she saying? But she's super popular. Why? Because young people are excited and they like to see people. I would have a heart attack after a while. I got high blood pressure. I can't be yelling and jumping up and down and rolling around and doing means. Okay, what song you want me to sing? I was still trying to think of that Seal song. I still haven't heard it. Art V. Is that Art the Fifth? Art the Fifth. And my daddy was Art, and my granddaddy was Art, and my great granddaddy was Art, and his daddy before him was Art too. It's a long history of arts in our family. I'm just making jokes. I love you all. All right, who was talking to me about the computer? Where'd he go? Did he leave? People these days, I tell you. And tell me if you're gonna leave. Say goodbye. I had a friend in my house, and so I said, okay, I'm gonna leave with my family. You're gonna go stay with your other friend? And he said, yes. So then I went to go pack my bag, and I came out, and he was gone. He didn't say, all right, I'm taking off, but nothing. That's trifling. Actually, Shakaama, you're right. Christianity, great without the speak adult, yeah. I tried to give a lot of, I went to, I'm a, I'm a journalist, so occasionally I do stuff like go visit people's churches to see how see how they are. I'm not going to tell you what my own personal beliefs are, but I've gone to everything. And the most weird was Atlanta, going to the mosques there. Going to the mosque is Nation of Islam place. It wasn't the, you know what I'm talking about. What was strange about it? Going through a metal detector and getting scanned with a body scanner thing and a hand scanner thing. And then when I went in there, I couldn't sit in the back. They ushered me back to the front row, and the guy kept saying, "And you," right. I lived in Africa. It wasn't Sylvia G. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? Uh, so of course I'm probably, and I always came late. I only did it like a couple of times, but I always arrived late because I had no idea when they started. But I don't think I want to go to someplace where you need a body scanner to get in. I've been to a couple of clubs like that, and I said, if you're doing a body scanner, I don't think I want to be in your place. It means that there is a potential for danger, and so I'm gonna carry my business elsewhere. If you are trying to keep people secure with a body scanner, I think you have more problems than I can ever deal with. Be sure to give a thumbs up to the video. Okay, let's sing. What we're gonna sing? My name is Shaka. I got a nickel. I don't have a nickel. I don't have a nickel, shiny and new. Or as they would do it on, what was that, Instagram? Maybe having a body scanner makes it more secure than it was before. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm saying there was some sort of problem that you had, and to make it more secure, you got the body scanner. Well, I don't want to go to a place with a scanner. I want to go to a place that is so lax on security that there is not even a hint or notion that there could ever be problems. Like, because I want to. And there are certain parts of town just you just don't need to go to. I was talking to a friend today. Every time that I have been stopped by the police, it was because I was walking through the wrong area. Not that I was doing anything wrong. I was walking through the wrong area. And what's the wrong area? It's the area that had the most problems. And one time it was us. He said, "You don't need to be in this area." I said, "You can." He said, "I'm not telling you that because I hate you or anything. I'm telling you that for your own safety. Get out of here." I've all of this problem with police and stuff. I've never had it, and I've talked to police just as if I was a privileged white woman. I don't think you should be stopping me. And that's that whole privileged white woman thing, right? People talk about privilege. There's nobody in the world more privileged than a white woman. No, she can say anything that she likes. Uh, I was doing something. I don't take care of certain business. And, I just sort of like my lawyer will handle it. My lawyer will handle it. Well, my lawyer didn't handle something, and so I was on the freeway in California, and my secondhand car broke down. So I pulled over and I started applying water to. Have y'all seen the woman in the mini dress? And she has an oil can, and so the hood's open, and she's just pouring the oil. She's pouring the oil just all over the motor. She thinks she's doing something. That was me, except it was water. I still don't. I just think it's hot. Okay, let me pour water. I do pour it in the radiator. I pour it into the overflow thing of the windshield. They said, "Why are you pouring water in there? You're not supposed to pour water in there. That's for the overflow if it heats up." I said, "Well, maybe it'll go back in there." And I checked the oil levels as if I know what I'm doing. I was traveling with some women, and they said, "Why don't you look at the motor?" I said, "Me? I have no idea. I have no idea. As far as I know, motors are all magical. You put unicorn farts in there and they go. I have no idea." So anyway, I'm standing there and it's like pitch black. It's like 11 o'clock at night on a highway, freeway. What do you call it? And so I'm standing there pouring the water in, and this comes up. Something that looked like this. And as it came into the light, it I jumped and then I clutched my chest. I said, oh my God. And it was a policeman, a bald-headed a white bald policeman. So you can imagine, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I was abducted. he, he said, "I'm sorry." He says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, the car overheated." He goes, "Your license is suspended. I've been following you for like 10 miles or something, so like 30 minutes or something like even." I never, of course, I didn't go over the speed limit, so that wasn't it. He was just, I don't know why he was following me, but that's what he said. He says, "Well, I didn't." Oh, wait a minute. He said, "I didn't see you driving." Then he's trying to be nice. He says, "Your license is suspended." I said, "My license is what?" He says, "Your license is suspended. Your Nevada license is suspended." I'm in California at the time, right? I go, "Oh, really?" I said, well, can I still go to the conference? He says, no, you have to. He says, I'm going to go. And I've registered a complaint or whatever, a warning or whatever. I don't know. So I sat there for a good 30 minutes and I went back to Nevada. But he scared the living bejesus out of me. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, I thought for sure I was abducted because all I saw was this white thing pop into view, and he could tell that he frightened me because I was like, oh my god, oh my god. Uh, did y'all say anything? Yeah, there was another club that, and all they did was have trouble in the club, and so finally the city revoked their license, and they're like, and what they would do was it wasn't a normal. Can I speak? My tongue is kind of swollen. The back of my tongue. It wasn't a normal club. It was an event place. So they would have a reggae guy. They would have a DJ guy. They would have a rapper guy. They would come into town, and that would be the place to have. So they regularly had events, and sometimes it was night after night. If they were going to do a whole week of it or a few days of it, and invariably it had trouble after trouble after trouble. It's those folks. That's us folk. Ever experienced sleep paralysis? Yeah. Did we talk about this last time? Yes, I experienced sleep paralysis, and I thought somebody was standing over my bed, and I had a conversation with them. It was a man, and I told my mother about it, and she was like, "You're insane." Be sure to like the live stream. Thank you. That's how YouTube works. There's no lurkers, so you got to say hi, Shakaama. You're fat. I don't like your hair. You see, it's getting more and more blonde. And then today I walked like something like 6 city blocks, and I mean the actual city. I mean it was right, really long block. Takes you 15 minutes to go 1 block, right? Vettegris Knox, what's up, man? What's up? That hurts my throat. So I finished the bottle of orange water. Can you see that? It's too bright. It's too because the camera's adjusting to my skin color. It for me, it's washing out the bottle. It's just white. I don't have no more. I've been working on presentation all night, but I'm listening. Actually, on your channel half the night too. That's great. That's fantastic, Knox. What's your presentation about? Nobody talked to me. All you other lurkers out there, make sure you say hi. Show me some love. I had an episode yesterday. I woke up and I was hearing the voice of a friend of mine asking me what I'm doing, and his voice sounded like it was over the phone. Now, they said that the old shaman from like Native American or African, the witch doctor, which of course is a European name given to it. I believe in Africa, he's got the wise man. He's not called a witch doctor because he doesn't perform any like voodooing, which is the proper word for the religion, voodooing, and it's a religion. It's not. I don't know what people think it is, but it's a religion. It's not not a group of spells or something. Uh, they said they had the ability to induce sleep paralysis in themselves, and then they would have visions. This is somebody, some white American trying to explain it. Said that they induce sleep paralysis in themselves. Then they see visions. They don't have to have any sort of chemical induction for that, right? And so then they will have premonitions. But a lot of times they would predict the future, like the I don't know what tribe they were saying that their shaman predicted the coming of the white man and the sorrow that would come afterwards. Lucid dreaming, neural network from a DID perspective. Forget how long each little bit can take to make right TTS script still lost the original. Well, you just go to the photocopier and then you just copy it. That's it. I'm trying to be silly. Can I go get a honey bun or something? I've been sitting in this chair for 2 hours and 46 minutes. Bicameral mind, dissociative identity. That's DID. Okay, let me. Oh, my tailbone. Somebody is at the door wanting. What you doing? Jesus. Of course. What's up? How you doing? What's up? Oh, what's up? Oh. Move! Go! Sit down. You be a good boy, okay? Okay. What did I destroy? Oh. Oh. Is it still good? All right. MPD, used by camera mind and basis to explain the dual multiplicity aspects of the regularly subconscious mind. Oh, and that's why I watched the live show. What happened? Because I destroyed my set? Everything looks good now. So we're going to do a mukbang. I'm going to eat cinnamon something. Is cinnamon really good for you, or was that something just to sell more cinnamon? Because I just don't see cinnamon. And then somebody said there's overconsumption of cinnamon. 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 All right. Noodles McGee. Where did you get your name from? So I was following what I thought was a muscle guy on Instagram. And turns out he's just well, I can only speculate. He takes a lot of pictures with his shirt off. So today he had a picture up, and then it was removed later, of him in trunks. What do you call them? Bikini? I don't know what you call it. So here's this guy. He's all muscular. So the top is all muscular, and then from the waist down, he was just like this. He looked like you remember the intro to like some of those Western movies, and they'd have the cowboy, and he's has a big top, and he had really skinny long legs. That's what that guy looked like. And I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to upset the poor guy. Anyway, he took that down, and like within a minute or so. I was like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you work out your top to such a degree and not work out your bottom to look human? He looked like a cartoon character. All right, what am I missing here? I'm making you hungry now. Mukbang. This tastes so good. It's cinnamon something. I'm leaning on one of my legs. So the leg bone that attaches to the hip, that little joint is in the pain. Hi, how you doing? So what are we talking about now? We still talking about Knox? Somebody wanted me to sing. What did you want me to sing? Yeah. And they did a survey, and women don't want guys with six packs. They like dad bod guys. Um, while a guy with a six pack is nice to look at, when they want to go hug a guy, they want to feel like they're hugging a man. Kind of like me. Mm. So the woman today, the old lady, says, "Why don't you have a girlfriend?" I said, "What girl is going to want a man with no car, no job, and he lives in a truck down by the river?" I'm being funny. Is right? Is this mukbang? I'm eating one cupcake. It's so super delicious. It's super delicious. I should not be eating this. This is pure sugar. While I don't have diabetes or anything, um, I do have high blood pressure. Somebody's under the door sniffing. Anubis, I hear you. I see your nose. Ugh. Can I be a slob and wipe this on here? Hello, how are you doing? If you're just now tuning in, we're talking about Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was announced as the face of the Nike's 30th anniversary festival. And so, because of the controversy surrounding him, today the stock of Nike fell 3.16%. That is not an insignificant. That is not an insignificant. That's not a bad amount. That's not an insignificant amount. I believe they shut down the stock exchange if it drops 6 to 8% in a day. They'll shut down the entire stock exchange. So that should tell you that the controversy surrounding him is a bit too much. And people are already calling for a boycott of Nike in the United States. Overseas, that's a different story. I don't think they care overseas. Or they even understand, or they even know who Colin Kaepernick is. All right, so leave a like. Click the thumbs up button for the live stream to help the live stream out. I've had about 1,000 people come through here and they didn't like the video. I don't know why they click on it and they don't like it. I better not pretend to cry because it'll actually lead to me actually crying. And nobody wants to see a grown man cry. I remember when the world was wrong. No! Die! You! Spider. I don't move. I'm not going to pack up and leave because of a spider. It's me or him. You know what I'm talking about? It's me or him. So, he made his choice when he walked up in here. Okay. And we're calm. Okay, what Kaepernick's around the controversial. Okay, there's a boycott for Nike in the United States, right? It's not Hewlett Packard. What is it? Not Morgan Stanley. What is it? It's not Bear Stearns. Somebody name me one of these big financial institutions. Hello, everybody. Each week, like okay, so make sure you thumbs up the video. So, what are we going to talk about now? We talked about Colin Kaepernick. We're talking about Newt Cameron. Oh my God! It's that spider. I got spider webs all up in my. What are you doing? I see you. I troll my dog. So I threw the cupcake thing next to the below the door, but it's out of reach. His tongue is like that long, so he could lick under the door. I don't know why the door is so high up off the ground. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is the Shakaama live stream. I'm going to come out with a new video. Oh, bless you. Oh, thank you. I'm trying not to sneeze again. Anubis, come here. Anubis. I would invite him in here, but he would destroy the set because he would. Your tongue can't reach. uh, I'm trolling my dog. Yes, I'm laughing. Can you believe it? I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What are you... Did you eat the whole wrapper? You're not supposed to eat the wrapper. No. Move back. That didn't go so well. He ate the whole wrapper. I guess I didn't think that through. I guess I didn't. Marvin Witt. Good morning, everyone. How you doing, Marvin? I'm starving, Marvin. Speaking of starving, Marvin, did I get anything cool to eat today? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. I hope you have the time of your life. I don't know that song. I don't rap, so no rap request. Oh. That was before CeeLo went crazy. Fine, don't talk to me. Talk to each other. See if I care. Anubis, what you doing? Oh, I've been up 3 hours. Fundraiser is going like gangbusters. So I need $5,000? What do I need? Where'd the guy go talking about the computers? He said the $3,000 wasn't enough. He says I'm going to need more than that. I don't know how much more, but I know that the video card is astronomical at this time because they use the video cards for Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining. I think at one point YouTube actually programmed the YouTube robot to reject anybody talking about Bitcoin. Why? To what? Well, now that I think about it, YouTube has partnered with a lot of people. So, and when I say YouTube has partnered, there are groups that give YouTube millions of dollars and they say, we don't want this. But I can't imagine, unless it's bankers, right? Bankers don't want people talking about Bitcoin. I don't see how that's possible. The Federal Reserve is invested in Bitcoin. How about that? How about them apples? Do I have apples? A little bit. YouTube doesn't talk about. Your microphones in under 1 minute. It's too expensive. Be sure to thumbs up the live stream. Help a brother out. It's free. Darn people. I'm a connoisseur of YouTube videos. You're not going to get my like unless I have run it through my filters and it has all of the key elements to. Really? I'm entertaining you for the in a non-positive manner. Oh, YouTube is superbly bad. You see what I did there? And I bet you that passed the YouTube algorithm. YouTube is fantastically bad. You are really an intelligent Deborah Kirk. Thank you, Deborah Kirk. That is an awesome compliment. I mean, I don't know if I deserve such things. Lily Rose Pinheiro. Love your videos. Oh, thank you. That is very sweet. Or that is very nice. I don't know what's. English is kind of my second language. And the older I get, the more these other languages sort of like. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Hoy día vamos a hablar de las cosas de nuestro país. That stuff is going around in my head. Yeah, you get the picture? People who downvote videos or maybe don't like them usually just don't seem to know the work put into the content. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. 10 hours to make a 6-second video. I had something recently, I think it was like I made a 3-minute videos and it took forever. And after a while, because I don't have the equipment, and this is what the fundraiser is, help a poor YouTuber out. Because I don't have the equipment, everything I do takes hours. This means you're not going to get the picture animation. You're not going to get that from me. Why? First of all, I can't actually make that. And second of all, let's say somebody comes up with a phone app that can do that. It would take me forever to do that. I play a game, and when it does a loading screen, the loading screen is so long that the phone turns off twice. It goes off, I tap it, it comes back on, and it's still loaded. Goes off, I tap it, it's still loaded. That's my phone. And I paid $700 for it. I tell you, I get no respect. Sakuravin, good morning. Well, good morning to you too. I mean, Anubis, what's doing? Anubis has positioned himself under the door so that one of his eyes can see under the door. So he can keep tabs on me. I mean, he's a German Shepherd. I heard German Shepherds are a little bit protective. Little bit. And by a little bit, I mean they're massively protective, right? And what other dogs do as far as that whole alpha beta thing, and they're always trying to see who's an alpha. German Shepherds don't do that. They already know you're the owner. You're to be protected at all times. That means if they walk in front of you, they might circle around to make sure that there's nothing coming behind you too. They're like the Secret Service of dogs. And I'm all like, you can't sleep, you can't get on my bed, you can't sleep on my bed, you can't do anything. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna do a perimeter search here for your bed. All right, we're good. If you don't mind, I'm gonna sleep at the bottom of the bed. Okay, right? Oh, there's a door. Let me stand over here by this door and make sure. And Anubis has been seeing my roommate. He will stand up and he will look down the hallway. And I go, what you looking at? Because I understand his behavior now to such a degree that I understand that normally if he sits up on his haunches and starts looking, that there's something coming or there's something near, there's something there, right? So after they removed my roommate, he started doing that, looking down the hall. And I go, if something shows up, I don't want no parts of it. I'm moving. And he does that. I go, what are you looking at? And he'll turn around and he'll be like, you don't see that guy? The guy who was here before. He's standing right there. I go, I don't speak dog, thank God. Best film I found online already, 3 to 6 on the IMDb rating. A certain type of marketing has destroyed critical thinking and restrict progress, but I'm sure you know what I'm ranting about. Not to mention how silly it is to rate art. Oh, I just donated $10. Now do I get to see what's under that hat? What? What? I don't see anything. Mm-hmm. Oh, where did you do it? Where did you do it? I won't say this, but it's actually better to donate on the information box links than through YouTube because YouTube takes half of the money. I don't see half of them. A whole half. Did you hear me? A whole half of the money disappears. Yeah, I did a charity for somebody else's dog, and I ended up with like 40 cents. Oh, okay. That's cool. Can you see what's under the hat? No. That's the whole point of the hat is to cover. Actually, it's more of to control the beast. Does that make me crazy? Of course, you shouldn't sing when you have to burp. Possibly. I hope you have the time of your life. Can you believe NPR liked that song? I mean, loved it. Played it all the time. This is NPR. Does that make me... I was like, maybe they're doing subtle hints there. That NPR's... I don't know. I don't know. I guess dreads also, but mine are kind of ugly. Who are you talking to? Have you seen the craziness that's going? I don't even know. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Doesn't make sense. I look Chinese. I got two cattails. What do you call it? Whatever. I don't even know what that's about. And that's my hair. Those two spots on my head outgrew everything everything else on my... That doesn't make any sense. This is my hair. And you see, what was it? Right there. That's all blonde. Stupid stuff. Stupid sun. Stupid Las Vegas sun. Blonding my hair. Do I have... I'm going to dye it. I'm going to dye it soon. Phoebe, thank you so much. I appreciate all the donations that I could possibly get. I want to produce for you the stuff that's in my brain. I want to produce for you and put it out there that would make you just be amazed, right? I mean, I have everything. I have the sound effects, the special effects. I used to do stuff like that, but it takes so long. Oh my God. It takes so long. Yeah, I like my glasses. It takes so long to do. Thank you for supporting Shakaama, Phoebe. Thank you, Knox. You're the best. So yeah, I'm doing this fundraiser to, finally, let's knock this out so that I can have uh, a system that really, really allows me to put out the stuff that I want. I believe you with a project, Deborah Kirk. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I spent all my life on a search to find a love to last through eternity. Let heaven send to fulfill my needs. You know what she's talking about, right? Her needs. Her relations. Great channel, lots of information. Where they're going. I gotta promote what I enjoy. Oh, thank you, Knox. I really don't. That's so low. That's low. I really don't feel like talking on the phone. And I haven't had the peace to sleep at all. Ever since you went away, baby, my whole life has changed. Don't want to love, and I don't want to leave, and I don't want to sing another love song, baby. I don't want to hum another melody. I don't want to live my life without you, babe. That's gonna make me cry. Have a good day. I have to go work. See you later. All right, squadator. Squadrate? Squadrate? I don't know. SQ Drate? SQ Drate? Okay. Said I don't wanna laugh, don't wanna play, don't. Uh, how about a happy song? Something that's happy, something that doesn't end up with somebody leaving and you being sad. You know, because there's a whole lot of that going on in the singing world today. Be sure to thumbs up the live stream. Help a brother out. Yep, a beautiful sing voice. Square D Ranch. I'm the 8th kid. Square D Ranch. I'm the 8th kid. There you go. I mean, good night, John Boy. More than I maybe already have. But one of your videos I was watching last night was about controlling bionics and synths with the mind. Yes! Sure, we could talk about that. They have come out with mind control. Well, okay, here's how it went. The first thing they did was try and tap into the brain enough to the point where they could see some sort of visualization on a screen of what a person was looking at. So the person looked at an object and stared at the object. So then, you know, they searched around until they could pinpoint the actual area. They already had some idea because they're mapping the brain still, or they're mapping the brain, and they're still mapping the brain. So they went to that area and then they plugged into the area and they wrote code or wrote a program to be able to translate those electrical signals into visually seeing the object. Success. Okay. Then they started the process of doing that made them start doing mind reading. So you and your buddy sit in a room and they then start doing telepathic communication between the two people. This is old news. This is not new. Happy New Day to you, Shakaama. Nice surprise. Okay, I'll listen now. Jim Miss 7. How you doing? And for our machines, general AI in the future. Right. This is all a part of that. So you and your buddy are sitting in the room and telepathically communicating. We're not talking about they're saying, Foursquare and 7 years ago, our great nation, no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about, again, I think it was like you're looking at something and the other person can see what you're looking at through the diodes or whatever they hooked up to you. I don't know, buddy. I seen the ping pong game at Target. Yeah, that was a part of it too. Then they start coming out with toys where you set the thing in your head, you have the thing and the ball raised up. And Ellen DeGeneres had it on her show. And it wasn't as successful on the show, but of course, it did move, it did go up, it did levitate, whatever, on the show. So, but it wasn't as amazing. Of course, Ellen DeGeneres, who's a part of the Hollywood elite, who's so elite that she had people canceled in another show that had nothing to do with her. Because I'm now making videos about a lot of these Hollywood stuff and gossip, I come across stuff like that now. Okay, so the two, you and your friends sit in the room and you could telepathically have not a conversation, but you can read each other so you can see an object, right? Okay, good. Then they perfected that. Then they started doing putting something on you and hooking it up to prosthetic limbs, so arms, hands, stuff. And at first it was like really rudimentary stuff like open, close. Then it was like move around. Then like grab, put it down. There's a guy who has a prosthetic limb, and I think it's like $1 billion or something like that. And he is the only one who can do this. Right? They tried to do a woman, and she can only do like basically like that. But he can do finger by finger. Then they hooked the guy up, and he's sitting over here. They hook the thing up, and the arm moves all, from across the room. They put that on AI. They put that on robots. At first, they had it just a remote control. Then they had a thing that they put on you, a little patch with copper wiring in it, and you can control the robot from across the room. So, of course, then you go, okay, You're controlling it from across the room. What about the people sitting in the van with the huge machine, telepathic machine that can control the robot in your house from across the street? Hmm. I'm just saying. It's like the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking about. For the more advanced robotics, we could use advanced telepresence, which is actually what you're describing about the prosthetic, which transmits feelings of touch. But speaking of touch, now they have that in the robots. So the robot can feel something, and you can feel and you can feel something from across the room. Is that too much? Have they gone too far? Are they going too far? Uh, I, all I see are warning signs, warning signs, warning signs. I was talking about AI in like farmer stuff or AI in actual robots. You know, they have a lot of teaching robots. So it's little tiny robots, and the robots will tutor kids in subjects, whole subjects. They could start the subject from scratch and go all the way through it, right, and teach your kid that subject, right? And there's a lot of those robots out there, a lot of them. I think mostly in Europe, though. The Europeans are all about that. And I was saying, what if they teach your kids stuff like, vote Democrat? Because most of those things are all run by liberals. Living in two bodies, I can hardly wait. Personally, now for somebody who's and for the people who are paraplegic or stuff like that, there is stuff now you can do. Attach exoskeletons. I can speak English. I swear I can. You can you can attach these exoskeletons, and now they have reduced it and reduced it and reduced it to the point where it looks like it's like uh, like on a tuxedo, the little strip on the tuxedo pants. They've reduced it down to that size, and they've tested and tested and tested it. And you can be Superman. Uh, let, let's not joke around. You could be Superman now. They already, and I said in one of my videos, I said, be very careful with this because there are going to be people who are going to use this as sort of like Blade Runner type stuff, as sort of Shadowrun type stuff, where they say, okay, go ahead, chop my arm off, and they're going to transplant the arm with a bionic arm. They're basically making bionic arm. I already told you about the robots that were outfitted with the muscles that are 10 times the strength of humans. Which then I said, why are they putting muscles 10 times the strength of humans? It seems like the potential for risk and danger are magnified in that case because we are still dealing with brand new technology. Although it's old, it's brand new technology. The models I've seen are very unobtrusive nowadays. Yeah. I saw a documentary on the history of, not a documentary, but it was the company who said, here's the complete history of our exoskeleton. And they started out with something that basically made you look like Iron Man. So they said, we got to reduce this. They went to something that looked like a backpack with stuff that were on your legs too. Then they reduced it down to the size of where it's just some things on your hip and a strip on your legs. That's it. And that's where they are. Same thing with the upper body. They now have you have the capability to put this thing on, and you can lift. I think a ton. They demonstrated a ton, and the guy was lifting it like it was nothing. Hmm? Could that could that pose a risk? uh, but and I said they have already given touch to robots, and different companies do different things. But the most sophisticated of them puts a very thin uh, layer over the robot's would-be skin and makes that their skin, and so the robot can feel even the most delicate touch. Now they've been able to put sensors under the skin, and if you go, and the robot goes, "You're touching my shoulder," right? But now they'll be like, "Oh, you're trying to hug me. Let's hug." Okay, you know, because the robot is all about sensors, sensors, sensors. Now, this thing that the Boston Dynamics came out with, Spot, Spot has something like 50 cameras on it. So, and they were offering that for sale. And so I was saying, I'll be careful with buying one of those because it has 50 cameras on it. Now, I understand that the cameras are supposedly to help it navigate on its own so it can walk through a room without bumping into anything or, you know, knocking down over your priceless Ming vase. That's a vase for all of you peasant people. No, I'm kidding. uh, but I don't think that takes 50 cameras. Uh, one of the cameras is infrared. One of the cameras on ultraviolet. Another camera is uh, it's in stereo, so it can determine the spatial positioning of things. And then there's another camera that sort of maps out the area. Okay, what are the other 42 cameras for? Or 44? What are the other 44 cameras for? I don't think you need 50 cameras. As a world society, don't discriminate against those who are not augmented. Uh, there's a game out, and the game is basically talking about fake news, or that's the beginning of the game, but the ending of the game has augmented people. So you, as a reporter in the news, they were trying to say that you can sort of usher in things through your reporting. So it controls the population. So you can end up with a state of complete emergency because of the augmented people, or you can have it be like a utopia where everybody is accepting of everybody, the augmented and the non-augmented, because they keep saying the augmented people then of course can do 10 times the work of the other people, don't get sleepy like the other people, don't require as much food like the other people. So you can then sort of through your reporting through the newspaper, and that was the whole point of it, right? To say the news controls us, and nobody really realizes it. But and through the game, it gives you different options, a whole point of options of what do you report. Do you report that such and so is making profit off of this? Or do you report it's a nice day and the festival's coming? Uh, although it's a 24-hour news cycle, there's a lot of stuff that they just do not report. And this is how you end up with a company that's on cable TV that reports the news, and they carry the top story and repeat it hour after hour after hour. Not that there isn't any other news to report, but they want to control the population, so they keep reporting that same story hour after hour after hour. Why? Because they want the people to go along with whatever they're talking about, or be mad at whatever they're talking about, or be sad at whatever they're talking about, or be happy about whatever they're talking about, or be biased at least about what they're talking about. No, it's a new game. It might be indie. I don't. You'd have to look it up because I don't know the name of it. But those are that's the crux of it is that it's a news reporter controlling the population through his reports, futurist, and it's futuristic. You know, they're just now coming out with smart clothing, clothing where but they're not coming out with smart clothing that can actually do something for you. Like I was thinking of inventing smart clothing to the point that it's inserted under your skin into your bloodstream to monitor your blood and to tell you you're low on niacin, you're low on vitamin B with thiamine, you're low on keratin, right? So that then you would have a pack on your other arm and it would distribute or inject that amount of nutrient or mineral or trace mineral into your body. I just keep coming back to my notion that if the person is, and I spoke to a doctor about this, and I said I have a theory that a man uh, is is immortal if he's given the perfect amount of nutrients at all times. You know what the doctor told me? He said that would never happen. They would never let that even happen. They wouldn't even let that story get out. Hmm? They wouldn't even want that story to get out. They don't even want to try that. Been waiting years for an emotional force field jacket, which was advertised like 5 years ago, or more brands to pick up carbon nanotubes, Oakley Carbon X. Yeah, I did hear about something, and I heard some kids at MIT, kids, of course they were probably 20 something. Kids in MIT invented a sort of force field jacket. They invented an invisibility cloak, and so they had a hoax thing where this Chinese guy had a green screen, and they green screened his cloak and said, "Look, it's an invisibility cloak." But of course, it's a green screen. The force field, the invisibility poncho, you could tell it was an actual poncho, and that what it was doing was simply bending the light rays around the poncho. Right? So, but it wasn't perfect, right? The force field things that I saw were all military because the military scoops up anytime. Uh, I would recommend that people invent stuff and seek patents for stuff. Just getting the patent. You don't have to open up a shop. You don't even have to open up a laboratory. If you uh, just file for patents on stuff. Now, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that you could end up, a multimillionaire because they buy you out. The bad news is you could disappear. And we're not talking about an invisibility poncho for that. Please like the live stream. Please thumbs up the live stream. Uh, uh, I'll do another robot live stream. Let's try and do a live stream every morning. How about that? How about them apples? How about that? How does that sound? All right. I'm going to end the broadcast here. Chinese-based company, I think, was supposed to charge up when the feelings threatening walking alone at night, then discharge onto attackers. Oh, wow. I have not heard that. All right. Thank you all for watching. You can still make donations in the information box below. Thank you. I appreciate everybody saying hi and that sort of stuff. Thank you, Knox. Thank you, Miss Kirk, and Jim Seven, uh, Urban Frugal Chick, Square D8, uh, Phoebe. Thank you, Phoebe. Thank you, Sakura Ven, Lily Rose Penhyro. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank everybody. You all have a great evening. Thank you.